Hi, I am Rachel Bird from Fortalice Solutions, and this month, in honor of National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, we are interviewing our Fortalice experts on a variety of relevant cybersecurity topics. The first expert we're starting with this month is Alise Brzezinski. Alise, go ahead and introduce yourself and talk about your team.
Good morning, Rachel. Yes, as Rachel mentioned, my name is Alise Brzezinski. I'm Director of Custom Solutions at Fortalice Solutions. In addition to the cyber risk assessments and technical risk assessments that we perform for a multitude of clients, we also perform vendor risk assessments. It's a very relevant topic these days.
Okay, it is. What third-party risks keep you up at night?
There are many risks that keep us up at night, but two that come to mind right away are, first and foremost, privileged access reviews, ensuring that your vendors are reviewing privileged access on a very frequent basis and removing either vendors or employees that have privileged access that no longer need it because they've been terminated or their position has changed. In addition to privileged access management, the other area that we think is very critical and timely given COVID is the protection of your customer data. So we suggest that two-factor authentication be employed for all critical applications and services.
Okay, great. What are your favorite tactics for measuring third-party risk?
One of our favorite tactics for measuring third-party risks is ensuring that all organizations prioritize their critical vendors and suppliers. Again, many organizations are working with so many vendors at this point, whether it's on the infrastructure side or the supplier side, that it's very, very important to make sure that each organization understands the most critical vendors and then start with vendor risk assessments for those critical vendors, obtaining information about their access management policies, their incident response capabilities, their continuity and disaster recovery plan, all critical factors in managing vendor risk.
Okay, great. And how do you think COVID-19 has changed third-party risk management, and what new challenges do you think COVID-19 has brought to third-party risk management?
Sure. So I think COVID-19 has brought many challenges to many organizations, and I think many employees now are working remotely. And they're questioning the services that they have taken for granted when in a normal office setting. So I think that ultimately the remote access and the security of customer data through remote access is definitely something that has changed, and additional security layers need to be in place to ensure that critical data is secure but can be accessed. Another area that I think has changed business operations is collaboration tools. So in many instances, there may be organizations that need to work in a collaborative manner, identifying and managing financial statements, for example. So ensuring that appropriate access just to those individuals is granted and that those files are secure in a corporate structure.
Okay, great. Great answer. Is there anything else that you want or that you wish people knew about third-party risk management?
I think only one other area that we'd like to call out at this time, though there are many, is data ownership. So validating and reviewing contracts with critical vendors and ensuring there's clause in there that once a contract is terminated, that any client or your organization's data that is in the hands of a third-party vendor is either destroyed upon contract termination and you validate that, or they return and manage the data within your hands.
Okay, great. That was great information. Thank you so much for being our first expert. You did an awesome job. Great job, Alise.